gonna keep it low. Now, if you wanna go, let's go. Let's wrap it up and hit the road. I just got an awesome vibe, striking the winner post. Now, liberty's on my mind. We've taken off, we've left the ground. You gotta understand that we get...
Good morning guys, welcome back to the channel, and welcome and thank you so much to all the new VIP members that have signed up, and also you that are existing that have joined up here on the YouTube VIP membership. You guys are seeing these videos first because it's part of your perks, so thank you so much for your support. To anyone new, thank you so much for coming along, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. Definitely subscribe if you want to see more of this. Currently here on the channel I'll be working on things that save time and money in the kitchen, and I also have a new little, I don't know what to call it, focus, I guess. It's called Kitchen Bootcamp. It is on the This Mum at Home website. There is a link below, you can go and check it out. If it's not already launched yet, there is a thing there to just sign up so you get to know when I'm actually launching it. It's just going to be a one-stop place for me to put stuff on there, videos and blog posts and things like that. Some other things I've got coming up in the future as well, just to show you guys ways that I like to save money and save time in the kitchen, especially time for me, because that's my biggest thing at the moment, especially with working outside of the home and having the kids and stuff. And I also have my husband is going away for work soon for a little bit, and he's going to be coming back and forth, but he'll be gone over long stretches. So because he's doing that, I obviously then extra have to save time in the kitchen because I've got so much extra stuff to do as well, because I'll be here by myself, pretty much solo parenting. So yes, if you're interested in looking at the Kitchen Bootcamp, definitely head on over to the website and sign up so you guys know when that launches. I'm very excited about it. Alright, today's video is me showing you guys what I've done with those 2 Costco hauls I've just recently done here. It's on the grocery haul and meal planning playlist. I'll link it below. And I'm just showing you some of the things that I've purchased, what I do with them, like where I store them, how I store them, that type of thing. Do I break them down? Do I just keep them as is and just put them in a freezer, or put them in a cupboard, you know, things like that. So I'm going to run through a few things that I've done over the last couple of days and just give you guys some ideas. So if you want to buy in bulk but you're unsure on what to do, like how to store it and what you can do with it, then maybe this video will be helpful for you, definitely. And for me, obviously, it just helps me immensely buying from Costco. So there will be more videos like this to come, so definitely subscribe if you're new. Alright, let's get into today's video. This banana bread here is a 2.2 kilo. It's massive. It's by far financially cheaper than me making it for this size, and also even just buying it, obviously in smaller lots from Coles and things. So I purchased this from Costco, and I thought I'm going to chop this up and have it sort of pre-made and pre-ready in the freezer, and then I can pull some out the night before for breakfast and stuff. Mostly it's Isabella that'll probably have this, so and me as well. So I'm thinking I might just cut it up into slices like this. Honestly, I don't know whether one slice might be a bit too big for Isabella, so I might make some big ones for adults. Joseph won't eat this, but Johnny and I will, and then some half-size ones for Isabella. We can toast this, like, if we want to, obviously. You can put it in the toaster or in the air fryer. Air fryer is probably the quickest way of doing it. And Isabella will probably just have it fresh, to be honest. So I'm thinking might leave that end one for us because she won't want that. But I'm going to cut probably, this amount, probably half in half. So those slices will be for her, because she won't eat a whole piece in the morning before school. It's just too much for her, but a half size is plenty. So I'm going to wrap this, I think, in some foil would be the best way to do it. And then if it's wrapped in foil, like these bigger pieces, like if it's wrapped in foil, we can unwrap it and just chuck it in the air fryer like that on the foil, and that'll help with a bit of cleanup too. It save a lot of time. So I think that's what I'm going to do with these. I've pre-cut a lot of foil sheets here. I'm just going to put each piece in, wrap them up like this, And just so they're easy enough, so when we go to obviously get them out of the freezer and use them, we can just unravel them like that. And I can just put it in the air fryer like that if I want. So like I said, that'll save up a lot of time with cleanup in the air fryer as well, because I'll just have to, you know, throw the foil out and it'll be good. So that's heat up nicely. You can put a date on them if you really wanted to, but because we're probably going to use these fairly quickly, I'm not even going to bother. But yeah, date them if you want to. Maybe put them into a Ziploc bag, like a lot of them in the one Ziploc bag. I think that's what I'll do today. Did end up putting them into the Ziploc bags. I put Isabella's in one and ours in the other just because they wouldn't all fit together. And I have actually dated them because I thought, oh, we're going to school holidays, so I'm not sure how much we're going to use of this. We'll probably mix up quite a lot of different breakfasts. So this is how we're going to do. So we're just going to pop them in the freezer. I am still sorting out my freezers at the moment because I'm doing a bit of a change around. So I'm just going to pop them in this back freezer here just to freeze them up. And then I'll sort them out once I get everything else organised. This salami comes in like a big 2-pack, which you can cut down the middle, and then you could just keep one in the fridge and then the other one start using it in the fridge if you were going to go through a lot of it. Otherwise you could put it in the freezer if you wanted to. For me, I'm actually going to use some of this in a second to make up freezer sandwiches, so that'll be good for that. I'll probably use one side for that. The other side though, I am actually going to break it up and put it into just Snaplock bags in the fridge and the freezer. I'll put one in the fridge and one in the freezer. Oh, I can get it open. Just in smaller lots. So Johnny and Joseph are the ones that use this mostly, so they'll probably put this in sandwiches. So there's quite a lot here. This was 600 grams, so they got 300 grams of meat in total on each side. So this is good. So I'll break this up, pop it in the bags, and then yeah, chuck some in the freezer and get going on my freezer sandwiches. Gonna push some air out of the bags just so they don't get a lot of ice around them as well. Yeah. I'm gonna shut that. Just done. There we go. This 500-gram pack of pepperoni, there is broken into 2 lots, and there's obviously 250 grams each. Now pepperoni we just use on pizza pretty much. So this, I could just put it in the freezer like that easily. However, I'm going to show you guys a little trick with it, because pepperoni is great. In the freezer you can pull it straight out and just pull it out slice by slice for your pizzas, and there's no worry about sticking together and stuff. I find it just really easy to deal with. I'm actually going to try to put it all together just in this one bag for the freezer. I think it'll go pretty well. So when I do this, I do try to sort of break it up just a little bit. My hands, even when it's frozen, I will get this out of the freezer and just like push on it like that, and it'll separate the pieces even if they're still frozen, and it's fine. So you can just pull out as many pieces as you want for your pizzas, and it defrosts really quickly obviously, and then it just cooks obviously on your pizza completely well too. So it's great to just stock in the freezer for just times like that. You don't have to worry about it going off or out of date or anything because it's just constantly frozen. So this is a huge time saver for me and cost saver, because I don't have to worry about cutting anything up. I don't worry about have to buying, you know, particularly for that week to have more pepperoni or something. It's just easily accessible there. There we go, all done. I do sort of just break it up just a little bit, but yeah, all done. This cheese here amongst a few other ones, like there's a pizza mix, there's was it like a Mexican mix I think as well. It comes in a 2-pack like this, and it's joined together like that. So I'm just going to cut down the middle. Now these bags, they don't have like another sealing thing in them, so once they're opened, obviously it's a lot of cheese. Like I think this is, yeah, a 1 kilo lot. So what I tend to do is I just get the bags, open them up and put them in my own Ziploc bags like this, and then put them in the freezer, and I just get cheese out as I need it for certain things. So if it was for, I don't know, going on some salad or something like that, then I'm going to get it out a little bit, you know, time before I'm actually preparing and then I'm just going to have it out so it defrosts. Otherwise, I generally, with this type of cheese, I will just get it out and use it for cooking. So I just use it frozen, and it's perfect. And it just means you can buy it in bulk like this. It's not going to go to waste. It's not going to go off. It's really good. The other thing is, this one's not a mix with mozzarella, but I have some mozzarella in the freezer that I'm actually going to just mix and blend with some of this, so I can just use that all together on a pizza. It was just cheaper for me to buy the tasty cheese this week, because I think it might have been on a rebate, than to buy the pizza mix already. Otherwise, the pizza mix is good. And I obviously already had the mozzarella in the freezer, so that's why I'm thinking I'll just mix it all together and just save myself a bit of money. All right, I'm gonna mix it up in this big bowl, just so it mixes just a little bit more evenly. I think if I just throw it all in the one, it's not really going to work. Unfortunately, I have some bigger chunks here of the mozzarella that's stuck together. I'm just gonna... Okay, that's pretty well mixed up. Just want to make sure the air's taken out of it as much as possible, just so it doesn't get too much ice in there. But I'm just going to sit that in my kitchen freezer, so when I need it, I'm just be able to grab out handfuls as I want, basically. Second bag, I don't have mozzarella to mix with it yet, but I'm still going to pop it into this freezer bag here, just so it's got a date on it. I know when I've actually put it in the freezer. When I go shopping, I'll get another bag of mozzarella just to mix with it. So it's made a lot of cheese, which will last me for ages. If you watched the last Costco haul, we bought 2 of the Costco chickens, and they're massive. And then the Costco haul before that, we actually bought 4. So Johnny pulled all these apart for me. He's really good at it. He gets a lot of chicken off them. This container here is 6 litres. And just to give you an idea, we have made a few sandwiches out of this already in the last day or so. The rest of this, I'm actually going to break up and actually put this into Snaplock bags and put it in the freezer, because I'm going to use it for cooking. Here's one out of the freezer from a couple of Costco's ago that I did. I just pack it in there. Look, it is, you know, quite shredded up like this, but you can still use it for cooking. Even in stir fries, it doesn't really matter. It's all tasting the same, obviously. It might not look the prettiest, but it's still good. And it's just a really cost-effective way for me to buy chicken and save time, because obviously I don't have to cook the chicken. I don't have to break the chicken breasts up. I don't have to get all the yucky bits off. I don't have to bag it up and put it in the freezer. It's just done in that 1 second of Johnny pulling those chickens apart and me popping them in here. Like, it's such a time saver, and you get so much, like, you really do. This is probably, I don't know, I'd have to weigh it, but I'm going to guess maybe 500 grams worth, I would say. It's quite heavy, probably because it's frozen though too, but it's just plenty for us to do lots of different things with. And I've got quite a lot of these bags in the freezer. I am building them up because Johnny's going away, so I wanted to have chicken sort of done. I didn't have to do it myself. That's really great. I've got some great recipes coming up that I'll be doing using, you know, your pre-cooked chicken. It's a bit of a cheating chef recipe, I guess you could say, or it's a way of doing it. So I'll be doing lots of things with that. So the rest of this, I'm actually going to bag up into bags now and pop them in the freezer and have them going for the weeks coming up. So out of the rest of that chicken, I've got 2 bags there. They are quite compacted in, which is good, and they'll freeze really well. Like I said, I did have a little bit left over, so I've just put it in this bag just to put it back in the fridge and continue to make sandwiches with it, because we have used quite a bit of it for sandwiches over the last couple of days. So fruit and veg at Costco, you've really got to decide, you know, what you're going to use it for and how you can store it. Are you going to use it in time? All of that. Can it be frozen? That's what I always think. These mushrooms here, this is a 650 gram punnet. It was a really good deal. I think it was like $5.99 roughly. And I've already taken some out. And what I'm doing is I'm cutting this up smaller because I'm going to use this for cooking. So I'm just going to cut it all up and then just pop it in this big bag here and pop it in the freezer. And then I just pull out as much as I need when I want to use it for cooking, basically, because I don't eat mushroom, the kids don't eat mushroom, but Johnny does, and I use it in some cooking. So it's, Johnny would have it on salad maybe sometimes. I'll leave a little bit out for him to have that maybe this week, but the rest of it I'm just going to use for cooking lots of different dishes. Make sure you always push out the air as much as possible. You can kind of see how it's kind of grabbed on it where I've pushed the air out. I do that just to avoid as much frostbite as possible. But that's done. That's in a massive bag. I'm just, like I said, just going to put it in the freezer. I've put the date on it just so I know. But yeah, pizzas, bacon carbonara, just any other little vegetable, like, cook up things that I do. I usually do something like this for Johnny with a lot of mushrooms. Yeah, that's what I use it for. So it goes pretty fine. The only thing you couldn't use it for, obviously, is like a salad because it goes a bit rubbery. Tip Top bread, it comes in this 2-pack like this. You can freeze it in this, that's no problem at all. I tend to just take it out and have them individually like this, just so I can maneuver them around in my freezer. There's nothing special about the way I do this. I just honestly pull it out, try to keep the loaves not squashed at all, as best as possible. And I just transfer these into my freezer. If I want to make some freezer sandwiches, I usually use around 3 loaves, and that usually does sandwiches for probably a fortnight for the kids for school, and for me and Johnny also, like for work or just if we're at home or something. It just makes life a little bit easier, and we just know then I've got all the ingredients and there's no need to rush or go buy extra stuff and that. It's just all done at once, which we absolutely love. The Tip Top bread defrosts really well as well, so if you haven't seen my freezer sandwiches videos before, definitely keep an eye on the channel. I'm about to do another video on that. But basically, when I'm pulling them out of the freezer like a sandwich, I have them sitting upright in the fridge for them to defrost overnight, and they do not go soggy. Don't have them sitting flat when they're defrosting, have them sitting upright and they are perfectly fine. They're fresh, the bread's fresh obviously. You're not using bread 3 days old or 2 days old to make your kids sandwiches or your own work sandwiches. It's just really nice, honestly. So I love doing freezer sandwiches. It's a real time saver. I absolutely love it. I'm going to leave those 3 loaves there just for my freezer sandwiches coming up. Freeze bread, I have a lot of freezers, guys, so I'm lucky to have a lot of options. Have a look at my other videos, but I do have this one. It's quite a good size freezer at the top of this fridge out in the garage, and this is where I keep my bread generally. So what I like to do is I can fit 4 along here, and I will make sure they're frozen before I stack more bread on top of it. Just by doing that, it just stops it from squashing. I also, when they're packed in, it's a bit hard with this ice thing here. I can fit 1 loaf under here, like I said, but the 3 here, I just kind of try to make sure they're all pretty compact. So there's not a lot of air getting into them for frostbite and stuff like that. And yeah, like it just freezes well. It's good to pull out when we need it. It defrosts pretty quickly. It's just, I'm going to show you how to defrost bread in a second. This loaf here I've actually just pulled out of the freezer about 20 minutes ago. You can see that it gets a little bit of condensation and stuff. What I like to do is you start, you know, defrosting it on one side. Do it while you're home. So every like 20 minutes or so, you just come along, just change the side. Just keep flipping it like that every 20 minutes or so, and it will get, just the water goes, like it disappears. You've got a fresh loaf of bread. It's fantastic. If you let it defrost just on the bench like this, then you might get a little bit of condensation and soggy bread at the bottom, which you don't want because it'll go moldy. So yeah, I like to do that little trick where I just flip it and it works out perfectly fine. With some of the bread and the salami, I've done some freezer sandwiches up. I've actually done jam on this side for Isabella because that's what she likes to eat. So these are going to be in the freezer for me to pull out the night before for just quick lunches for the kids while I go to work and things. What I don't like this time around, because if I'm doing freezer sandwiches, I want to be able to wrap them tight, but because the Tip Top bread kind of dipped in, that's a little bit annoying. I did my best to get square loaves, but it just didn't happen, so it's not wrapping as quite as well. So to combat that, the best thing to do is to cut them in half. So when I do like a big batch up for school, I'll video it and I'll show you how I do it. It's just, you want it as airtight as possible, and having something like that's it's not going to be great. Do you know what I mean? So anyway, I'm going to pop these in the freezer. I haven't labeled them, but that's just because I've only done a few and I know what they are, and they're just for the next like week or 2. Infamous toilet paper. There are 4 12 packs in here. They come individually wrapped as 12 packs, which is so handy, because when I first purchased this I freaked out and thought, how am I going to store 48 rolls? But so they go like this, which is really good. So you can quite simply obviously just stack these and store these in cupboards and stuff. I've already pulled 1 set out and I've put 6 rolls in the kids' toilet and 6 in ours. 6 is a really good even number to stack a pyramid like this, so I like doing that. Obviously if I need to use one, I'll just use the top one and just have the others there, but it just works out well. Obviously once it gets to the last one, I just restock it again. The rest of the packs I've just stored here in my hallway cupboard. I do usually have a big stockpile sort of section in another room, but I'm in the middle of cleaning that out. So right now I've just been kind of throwing stuff in this hallway cupboard. The last thing I'm going to talk about is something I purchased in the first Costco haul I did a couple of weeks ago that I've been talking about. I got these on a really good deal. They were connected together, so they were like a 2-pack for like under $4. It was like $3.50 or something. It was very cheap. And I love using these for pizza, but you can use these to make up like salad rolls and, you know, wraps and things like that as well. No problem. What I do with them is I store them actually in the freezer. That's what I do with them, because otherwise they'll go moldy very quickly in your pantry, like within a couple of days. So I do that. So I am going to put the other one back, but I just want to show you these because I'm actually also now going to use these to make pizzas for the kids tonight for dinner. And I thought I'll show you how I do it, because people always say, well, once you put in there, how do you use them once they're frozen? So I'm going to show you guys that. Okay, so I've just pulled 2 out. They are frozen like this, but I just lay them out on a tray. Honestly, I just start making the pizzas. I don't even wait for them to defrost, but you could leave them for like 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes even, and go and do something else and then come back to them, and they'd be pretty, like I can even feel that getting like softer now, and I've literally just pulled them out. They can be then completely floppy if you want. I find it easier to make the pizzas just on a base that's kind of half frozen already, so I do that. Now they might look a bit, see how it's sitting up like that, so I just make sure I put it on the side that's, you know, a bit more flat on the underside, and then I just start making the pizzas. The first thing I do is just put pizza sauce on it. I actually can buy this pizza sauce. This is the one from Aldi, but you can buy this in bulk at Costco too, which is really great. It lasts 4 weeks in the fridge once you open it. So as long as you keep using it, it's fine. Otherwise, your option would be to, you know, squirt this into little ice cube trays and freeze it maybe, and then put it in bags. And you could do that if you wanted to make it last longer in that way, I suppose. But this is a great, it's the Legos one that you can buy actually in Costco, and it's actually at a really good price. But yeah, Aldi one for me today. So these pizzas are so easy, and that's why I want to show you guys how to do it, because they are so delicious. My kids love these pizzas better than the store-bought ones. Like the ones that they get from the actual pizza shop. So look, look at that. I can feel that going down already, so it's already defrosting. Yeah, they love them because these bases, they're much healthier than a normal pizza base, by the way, using that pita bread, but also it gives like a bit of a crunchy taste to it, like a texture to it when you're eating it, and they just love it, and I love it too. It's like one of our favorite sort of fake away nights, I'll call it, when we do these pizzas. My kids are pretty simple though. Like Isabella only likes like a cheese pizza. Joseph likes a pepperoni pizza, which is totally fine. And we, depending on what we're doing for the night, we might have it with garlic bread, or to make it stretch further and just for more obviously on our plate, depending on the day and what we've been doing all day, then we'll do a salad on the side as well, which is really good. So they're great to do. They're great if you've got other kids coming over and stuff too, because usually they like pizzas, and everyone can make their own pizza. But it's just so simple and easy. There we go, look at that, it's already defrosting for sure. All right, so that's done. So what you wanna do with homemade pizzas, if you don't know, I used to work when I was like 15, my first job was working in like a little cafe, like a little milk bar cafe type thing, but they did like pizzas and stuff on a Friday and Saturday. So this is how I know. You just wanna put a little bit of, well, this is Isabella's, so we'll end up putting lots of cheese on hers, but I'll do Joseph's. So you wanna put a little bit of cheese on the base, just so the ingredients you put on top actually stick to the base. That's really why you do it. So I'm using the cheese that I bagged up before that has both the tasty and the mozzarella in it. Isabella's, of course, I'm doing cheese, so I need to just put hers out. But you can really put anything you want on pizzas. That's the beauty of doing them at home. Like, you can just make whatever you want, and they're so quick and easy. I'm preparing these for dinner tonight, so I'm actually going to store these back in my back fridge, but so they're ready and done, so I can do it quickly in between working tonight, because Johnny's actually got to go somewhere too. So I'm going to work for a bit, then come home, prep this for the kids for dinner. It's just going to make life a whole lot easier. I have also made pizzas like this before ahead of time, and then like frozen them like this, wrapped them and have them already sort of pre-made in the freezer. So it's an easy, you just pull them out frozen and you can pop them into obviously the oven, preheated oven, and just cook them. That's really good because it's quickly done, obviously saves a lot of time, also saves on cleanup, and you've always got the ingredients too. This is the pepperoni that I put in the freezer earlier. This is really good sized pepperoni, this one from Costco. I reckon it's slightly bigger than what I've been getting at the normal supermarket too. Whoop. There we go, and then we're just going to top that one with more cheese and we're done. So they're so quick and easy, like especially if you've got pizzas like the kids the kids are wanting. Mine and Johnny's is always a bit more complicated. We use, we like a barbecue chicken pizza that's got like other veggies on it as well. So I will use that chicken that I bought from Costco, of course, again, out of the freezer. You can do that. And then we just put like capsicum, onion. Johnny likes mushrooms, so I put mushrooms on his. Pineapple, I love pineapple on pizza, so we always have pineapple as well, and yeah, we love it. Such a good, and it's so much healthier than actually, obviously, the ones at the pizza store, because the dough's different, there's no oil bases and stuff like that, so it's good. All right, and that's it. So I'm just going to pop these in the fridge, and then later on when I need to cook dinner for the kids, it's done. That's it for me today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please subscribe if you're new. Like I said, if you're a VIP member, thank you again for seeing this video first and signing up. If you want to know what that is, there is a link below to that so you can have a look. Definitely keep an eye on the This Moment Home website for Kitchen Boot Camp, guys. Go over and sign up if it hasn't already released, so definitely join that. And yeah, I will see you guys probably tomorrow. Bye.